Hey guys, Dr. D here. I am so excited. I am traveling right now and I'm in Kansas City for the week at the PSI conference, which is the Postpartum Support International Conference. And I am learning so much about perinatal mood and anxiety disorders. Something that I work with every day in my daily job, but just to be in a room full of so many professionals who are passionate about serving this population is just heartwarming. And I'm just excited to meet new people. I'm excited to be in a room full of experts that can teach me more about this population. So if you didn't know, 1 out of 7 women struggles with PMAD, which is perinatal mood and anxiety disorders. And that covers a realm of mental health illnesses that it can include just anxiety and depression during that perinatal period. It can include psychosis, bipolar disorder, personality disorders, and it doesn't only affect women, it also affects men. And so that perinatal period is the time of conception up to a year of the child being born. That's a long time. So think about some women that you know right now who are pregnant or who just had their baby and may be struggling with some of these things. I'm not going to get into all the details, but it is something that I just want to highlight today because we don't talk about this. Sometimes in the perinatal period, we're kind of taught to keep things to ourselves, especially for strong Black women. So let's talk about that. Being a strong Black woman and struggling with mental illness is really taboo. It's something that we don't want to talk about because it may make us seem like we're weak, and that's the last thing we want to be. So why aren't we talking about this more? Why aren't we creating a safe space for women who are struggling with this? Not only will creating that safe space help her, but it can also help her child. And that's why I created the podcast She Matters with Dr. Leslie Davis. I'm just grateful to be in this space this week so far, just to see that the podcast that I created as part of my dissertation to get my PhD was really something that was necessary. It's more than that. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than just a piece of work that I put out there for the world. It's really something that was created that can be life-lasting and can reach the masses around the world to help women who are struggling with their mental health, who are struggling with lack of relationship, who might be struggling with the fear that they have because of how they're feeling, how they're maybe having thoughts about harming themselves, or maybe having thoughts about even harming their baby. It's a scary world and it's a lonely experience sometimes. And not having a place to turn to really puts themselves at greater danger and greater risk at hurting themselves or hurting their baby. And so She Matters is something that's out there that's free. It's a free resource. It's teaching about healthy relationships, which we learned today, just confirming why I did the dissertation and why I do the podcast. But one of the greatest things that we can do for women struggling with PMAD is to provide them a community of support. And sometimes single moms, for example, may not have that. Maybe single moms who are having another child, right, are struggling to find that connection because they're being judged for being a single mom, or maybe they're being judged for having another baby without a husband, and they may feel like they can't connect to anyone. And so I wanted to create this resource that shows them that they don't have to be alone, that there are ways to create safe connections and healthy connections. And if you've been following my YouTube channel so far, you know I'm all about creating healthy attachments. Without that healthy attachment, we are prone to do some things that we might not be proud of. And we're prone to do some things that can be very hurtful to ourselves and to other people in our lives. So if you haven't already, I want you to check out She Matters with Dr. Leslie Davis. You can find it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And if you know a single mom, especially a Black single mom, because it was created for her, I want you to share that resource with her and just let her know she doesn't have to be alone. She doesn't have to feel disconnected, and there is help for her. Because I'm learning so much at this conference, and this is only day one, I most likely will post another video. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be something more exciting coming this way. So I'm excited, just keep learning. I'm excited to share some of the resources with you that I'm gaining. And I'm also just excited to just be a better therapist and be a better relationship coach because of the tools that I'm gaining. So stay tuned.